All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So we have some breaking NFL news that came out like 5-10 minutes ago here. Some breaking AFC East news, I should say. The New England Patriots not only went out and released quarterback Cam Newton, but they named first-round rookie quarterback Mac Jones from Alabama as quarterback one, the starting guy heading into the season. Really, really interesting stuff. We take a look at the division right now. It is filled with young quarterbacks. Josh Allen, Tua, Zach Wilson, and now Mac Jones. And then, of course, in the case of Wilson and Jones, we have dueling rookie quarterbacks. So it should be really, really exciting. But before we jump into the actual, roster transaction here, I did want to mention that I filmed a kind of a soft projection for the 53-man roster yesterday morning. Was going to post it late last night, and then as soon as I was about to click publish, it was, processing and all that kind of stuff. News broke that the Jets released quarterback Josh Johnson, and then I'm like, I just didn't feel comfortable posting it because like half the video is me talking about players that either got released later that day, like after I filmed the video, or talking about competitions that were already trimmed down. So I just didn't feel comfortable wasting your time like that. But as far as the 53-man roster is concerned today, the deadline, of course, there will be a video up later after everything is kind of set in stone, recapping everything. It should be really fun, really exciting. But when I take a look at Mac Jones here, I mean, this is a guy who, really throughout the course of preseason, he was decisive. The quick release was on display. He knew where to go with the football. It truly looks like Mac Jones. Let me turn on this light. It truly looks like Mac Jones has a good understanding, and granted it is preseason, it's kind of a vanilla offense here, but he has a good understanding of how to operate. I felt like he looked pretty comfortable under center. Obviously, he has the arm strength to push the ball when need be, and he's super accurate, right? That was one of his better traits back with the time, and I felt like that was on full display this preseason. But we take a look at where the Patriots are right now after this offseason where they spent tons of money, brand new tight ends, Henry and Smith, Matt Judon, the DBs, reacquiring Trent Brown, which I felt like was a pretty underrated move. I mean, the Patriots, to me, are in full win-now mode. This isn't the Jets coming off of a 2-win season, new quarterback, new coach, create the culture, lay the foundation. No, this is like Patriots are like, they have their foot stomped on the gas pedal. I mean, yeah, I get that last season they kind of, on paper disappointed because they didn't make the playoffs, they didn't get a wild card, spot or anything like that. But that team faced, honestly, a lot of adversity. I mean, they virtually had nothing at wide receiver. They had no viable weapons, no more Tom Brady, brand new quarterback, Cam Newton's first season in the McDaniels offense, and they had a bunch of virus opt-outs. So they had a lot of things working against them, and they still managed to win a decent chunk of games. And of course, you can take a look at certain games, throughout the course of last year, like the game early against the Seattle Seahawks where they got stuffed on the goal line. I mean, that was a winnable game. I mean, if one play goes differently, if they score at the end, they could have had another, obviously another win in their total. Same thing with the Buffalo Bills game late in the season where Cam Newton fumbled in overtime. I mean, if just a couple plays went differently last season, it could have been a completely different playoff picture. But I guess it doesn't really matter anymore because it's all about the future, 2021. And this Patriots team is, they've definitely reloaded. So I feel like the thing is, because Belichick is, up there in age, because the Patriots are in this win now mode, it speaks volumes about where the team or how the team views Mac Jones currently, just as far as his overall development, because you're not going to just force a rookie out there to force him out there. We all know Belichick won't he's not going to throw his players, under the bus like that, just, force the rookie out there, go win us a bunch of games. No, he's going to make sure that they're prepared and ready to go. They go out and release Cam Newton, who is the quarterback for the entire 2020 season. I feel like they know what they're doing, and I feel like they feel really, really comfortable with Mac moving forward. So as far as Cam Newton is concerned, where he could possibly land, I'm trying to think of team. I don't feel like, he can show up now with no more preseason games left, walk in and be a starter unless, you have some sort of crazy, catastrophic injury. Kind of like, Teddy Bridgewater a couple seasons ago or something like that. With Sam Bradford getting traded. But, I'm trying to think of a team. Maybe Dallas. I feel like Dallas makes a lot of sense as the backup. Cincinnati maybe makes a lot of sense as the backup. Man, Because honestly, a lot of teams out there have their backup option figured out. But I would say those two are the big ones, the Bengals and the Cowboys. I guess with the Bengals, the question is system fit. But I mean, if the Bengals, continue to run a lot of shotgun, a lot of just quick passing, a lot of 3-step drop kind of thing, or, 1-step drop types of things, Cam Newton would make a lot of sense because he could just snap and get the ball out. But I guess we'll find out. I guess we'll find out where Cam Newton will end up. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. And as always, go Jets.